I'm so excited about this project today. Look at that plate and the flare on it. So I do wanted to transfer that to a nice tray. And I do wanted to bring some ribbon transfers. I do have that one sheet left and all the flowers are sort of big. So, but I am trying to see if I can get that cluster work for my plate. So let's just see how that's working here. See, I'm trying to go all around it and trying to see if maybe I should go on the edge or maybe I need more leaves. So I'm just going to keep on positioning my my pieces here to see if maybe I can use, some of those. And as I'm looking on the edges, even to go on the flare portion, I'm afraid that it's going to be hard to add on. So I do not want to risk this. So I decided to separate the cluster of my two flowers and simply try to see if maybe one of them I can use. And I am actually leaning towards the one that has already leaves attached to it. So let's see if I can make it work. And there I have another leaf right there. See, that may be actually working. Or maybe I'm going to cut a little bud over there. Let's see. And that one actually has some kind of a little angle. Well, we just have to make things work. And I so hope that that's it. So let's see if I'm going to put it under. And then I'm going to put the leaf. Obviously, the little trim around each detail is a little bit confusing. But I do like it now, what I see. I don't think I need two leaves. Well, we shall see. Let's just start from the bottom portion of our design. So the bottom portion was actually that little bud that I am going to try to rub on my surface. As you can see is I removed the backing and then I rubbed on with my popsicle stick all around until the image was released from the foil. So now I'm going to do the same thing to those pieces, but this time I need to be careful because I do not want to cover my bud, and I do want it to actually cover that little cutout that that it's on the side of the flower. So I think I will just start with the flower and then most likely cut a portion of the leaf to make it look like it comes from the flower. It's it takes a little while to position here and to make it look as natural as possible. So I think I got it now. So I'm going to remove backing to this one, and I'm going to simply make sure that I'm giving the breathing room to my bud. So that's it. Same story, making sure that everything sticks nicely to my surface. Now I'm just going to rub it, and slowly, as I rub, lift up the film on the top. As I'm looking at it right now, I could have actually put the bud on the other side and just have it come out from behind the flower. But you know what? It's okay. I mean, now we just have to make the best out of it, because obviously this is like with the napkin. You can't really pick this up and change its position. So we just got to make the best out of all this. So now I need to build up with the leaf. I need to see if I can cover. And the good thing is about the transfer is that you can actually put the transfer on the top of the transfer and it still sticks in. So here I go with this big leaf that was actually on it, doing the same thing. And obviously partially it is sticking on the on my transfer. And now I'm going to add that tiny leaf someplace. Absolutely love to work with the rub-on transfers because they do have so much details to it, and it literally, when it's all done, it looks like it was painted. So I actually do like it, what I see right here. So I decided to simply outline the base, and of course my base is wonky too, but I do wanted to know when I'm going to be working on the edges, on the flare of my plate, where do I start or finish my patterns. And of course, if you follow me for some time, you know that I'm going to try to paint some kind of black and white patterns. So my goal here was to create the super wide stripes on the flare, on the edges of my plate. And as you can see is I am painting, on the higher and the lower portion of my completed, I would say, edges. And it's actually looking super interesting. And I always say it's again, I am not perfect at those stripes. I am constantly learning. I'm constantly exploring. But I could tell you that the way to help you paint all those patterns is to simply have a good brushes. And the ones that I'm using are the Zen brushes that are flat and short bristled, that it's so much easier to paint those straight lines. So here we go. My lines are painted. Now I'm just going to correct here and there and add some white highlights to bring some life to them, some depth to them. And then I'm going to most likely bring some gold, obviously. And then the gold, for me at least, is a good tool to hide the imperfection. So yes, I do correct my lines later with the smaller paintbrush if the accidents happen. But then I usually try to go with the line of the gold. That helps me a ton. So now that is done, and now I'm going to add a little bit of the gold line right to the side. And as you can see, is those lines are now wonky because my hand is wonky, and it is. But the plate actually has that nice also flair to it. Absolutely love what I see. I know when all is done, when all the highlights are added, it's going to look completely different. But as I had fun with making my lines with the gold, I decided to add some gold to the white. And now look what happens. I added too much, but it's okay. I went back to my chalk paint, and thank goodness I was able to hide this. So here we go. Now I have the bottom ball that I also have it chalk painted like the plate. So I decided on this one to create another pattern, but not the stripes anymore. This time I do wanted to create the checks. So it's again, I'm trying to get my lines again. It's a hand drawn. I don't have spacers here. So your goal here is to create the odd amount of the sections. And then when you're actually creating a check, and then you just add one line. And in my cases, I add it closer to the center. And then we're just going to start to paint. So it's the same story. And then it goes so fast when you have a good brush. So here we go. My first check is done. The other one goes up top. And it's much easier to do it this way. Oh my goodness, whoops, I got some marking over there, but that's okay. Thank goodness it was only a chalk paint that I need to correct. I would say is don't get stressed out when things like this happen. You gotta just wait until everything dries, and then you can just go ahead and paint it over. I would not try to wipe it off because you're going to create a bigger mess. So it's again, I corrected all. Now it's time to add my highlights, and of course with the white, and then bring some gold here and there. I did see, some people when they paint, they add the gold touches every single line. I do not like that. I do want it to just bring the hint of the gold here and there. So now I think I'm done, and now it's time to paint the rim. I'm going to actually use the same paint for the rim of my ball. Seems like my ball, even though I was doing it with the one steady hand all around, it seems like it needs to be painted again. So now I need to take care of my edges and wait until the sides are dry, and so I can paint them all over again. Okay, so now as I have the gold paint out, I was thinking, what am I going to do on the bottom of my plate? So I decided to use the same gold paint right on the bottom and paint the flare, because it is going to be visible on my tray, just a solid gold color. Oh man, it looks so rich. Thank goodness I'm not going to be seeing this all the time. This is just going to be a little accent on the bottom. It is a lot of gold for me. I do love gold, but that's much. It's okay. I'm going to dry it, make sure that my lines and everything is painted nicely. So now it's time to seal all this. So I like to use the Duraclear to start, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit on it and bring the sheen to my chalk paint. As you can see, is like all of a sudden it seems like I am glazing my my plate, and it's really protecting the paint. It's protecting the transfer, and it's actually at this point, after everything dries, it is washable. Obviously, not in the dishwasher, but you can of course wash it. So now when everything dries, I am going to obviously hot glue the plate to my base, and that will be it. And then also, what I wanted to let you know is when you're using the DuraClear, you got to make sure that you have a soft brush and you distribute this nicely. And now check it out. Look at that edge. And I've actually added the gold leaf to the edge of the my plate. Look at the sheen. Look at those little transfer. I absolutely love this project. And now the gold, as I was telling you, it was a bit much when I was painting it, but now look how gorgeous it looks. It's a princess for me. Man, I feel like I'm going to be displaying things on it versus the fruits. But I absolutely love everything about this project. So I hope that you do like it too. I mean, keep looking, and I know I will be looking more for those plates at my Goodwill or the Home Goods to have even more fun, because I have even more ideas right now. Look how stunning this looks. Man, love everything about it. So I really hope that I inspired you to have fun with the random items and create something pretty for your house. Again, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this, don't forget to sprinkle. Bye.